So these two dads apparently buy their newborn son his own, get this, a $2.8 million yacht and a $34.6 thousand wardrobe. So let's get right into the story. A wardrobe full of designer labels in a yacht docked in Miami. You'd be forgiven for thinking it's the life of a rich, middle aged high flyer, but it actually belongs to a newborn baby boy. Barry Druitt Barlow, 52, and his fiancee, Scott Hutchinson, 27. That is a huge age difference. Welcomed their son, Romeo Tarquin, on August 12th via surrogate, because obviously, they totally were originally thinking that they were going to give birth. I just think it's kind of funny. A barrage of gifts with eye-watering costs have followed ever since. We just spent $2.8 million on a yacht for Romeo and named it after him. Druitt Barlow to the Sun. It is currently in Miami where Saffron, my eldest daughter, is boarding with her new boyfriend and heading over to Cuba and the surrounding islands for 2 weeks. By the way, keep this in mind, right? If you were to put $2.8 million in basically into like the S&P 500 and it basically double pretty much every 10 years, roughly ish, right? That means by the time that like the kid basically were to be of age, like 18, 20ish, right? They could have, let's just round up, so 3 million, 6 million, roughly. $6 million, roughly speaking. Like, well, actually, no, it wouldn't be 6 million. Because it double potentially twice. So, yeah, 3 million, then doubled in 10 years, which would be 6 million, and then 6 million to 12 million. That's a lot of money. You'd be set for life. How crazy would that be? And yet you waste it on a yacht. We want to give him the same start in life as the other kids, so we have set up a trust fund for him. Tony, my ex, gifted him 1.15 million and I matched it for him, he continued. We will obviously build up a nice portfolio of things for him over the next few years. Okay, so that's actually pretty nice, right? So one, they wasted a bunch of money for really no reason, and they are also setting up a trust fund for the kid, which I think is a smarter option. Let's see. So Druitt Barlow said they've literally bought every designer that you can imagine for Little Romeo already, which I think is kind of funny because it's like designer items and like normal everyday items are basically the same thing, just different brand names. Burberry, Versace, Dior, Tommy Hilfiger, Ralph Lauren. If a designer sells baby clothes, we have snapped them up, he added. He said 2-year-old Valentina, who used to be the baby of the family, is in no way jealous over her little brother and has plenty of gifts thrown her way. I mean, if you're 2 years old, are you really thinking about anything? She has a personal chef, a whole playroom full of the latest gadgets and toys, full-time live-in nanny, and a team of house staff that take care of her every need, including a full-time hairstylist that styles her hair every day, he listed. Druitt Barlow, who has appeared on Below Deck, and his ex-husband, Tony Druitt Barlow, 56, have a combined fortune of $204 million, which they continue to share even after they split. I mean, imagine if you had 204 million. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Drew Barlow shares children Saffron and Aspen, both 22, and Orlando 18, and twins Jasper and Dallas 11 with his ex, from whom he had a high-profile split in 2019. The pair made history in 1999 as Britain's first gay dads when they became the first same-sex couple to be listed as Parent 1 and Parent 2 on their twins' birth certificate instead of mother and father. The father of 7 separated from his ex in 2019 and started dating his now fiancée, who used to date his daughter? What? What? talk about a twist in this story. So the father, the rich guy basically of seven, separated from his ex in 2019 and started dating his now fiance, who used to date his daughter. Wow. Okay, that is. I feel like that's kind of like wrong on so many different levels. Romeo's conception was unconventional, with Druitt Barlow, Hutchinson, and Druitt Barlow's ex husband all donating sperm when they decided to have another baby. That's odd. With Romeo's gender then chosen by Druitt Barlow and Hutchinson's through sex selection, that's odd. According to the doting dad, it's not just him and Hutchinson that are spoiling the newborn. Before he was born, our eldest daughter, Saffron, spent over $11,500 on clothes, it recalled. The moment he was born, another $23,000. She has totally gone over the top. Drew Barlow and Hutchinson live with his ex-husband and his new partner Brent in their $6.9 million 10-bedroom Florida mansion, but that would change soon, however, with Druitt Barlow building a $6.9 million home for his family in Essex in the UK. I feel like this is like a really, really weird family, familial tie relationship sort of thing, right? So you got a dad that ends up sleeping and dating and potentially marrying the former boyfriend of the daughter that you have. I'm a little bit also like, I mean, just like reading this, if you were to just read this story the first time, you'd probably be like, do a few double takes, like, huh? What? Why? By the way, like, I feel like this is going to lead to potentially a lot of issues down the line for many different reasons. But main thing for sure, because we tend to talk about finance, having your finances like basically linked together like this with a former ex-husband, like your former partner with your now fiance and your kids and all that kind of stuff and whatnot, it is just one big sloppy crock pot of nonsense, right? This is basically like someone like tossed in a bag of nonsense everywhere. Like it's like it literally doesn't even make sense, right? It's like why? Why would someone like personally deal with all this sort of stuff for like what reason? Like, I just don't even really understand the reasoning behind having everything still connected with your former ex-husband. I don't understand the thinking of having everyone donate their sperm for this, even your ex-husband. I don't really understand you dating your former daughter's boyfriend, well, your daughter's former boyfriend, I should say. Like, it's just so odd, right? Now, I'm not judging their relationship. I'm judging why is everything so linked with one another when no one's really connected in a like marriage way, right? It'd be one thing if him and his fiance were to get married right now and then they were to like link their finances. Okay, that's one thing. But you having your finances linked to an ex-husband and you happen to live in the mansion with your ex-husband and your ex-husband's current partner, like that doesn't make any sense at all. Like this is just going to be one big financial mess. By the way, if you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money, go down below and learn how I got out of debt and grew my net worth. This is just so confusing. Like, so confusing.